Artifact 8, Standard 4.1, Criterion 12. Dedicate planning time to collaborate with colleagues to create authentic learning experiences that leverage technology. For this lesson, students completed a digital story using Scratch that combines digital media to represent an alternate ending to a story of a chosen picture book. This project builds on the literary skills learned throughout the year and took place during the language block of my fourth grade classroom, consisting of 21 students with reading levels ranging from second grade to seventh grade. Using picture books made this activity more accessible for my lower level readers. Students chose a picture book from the class library to read. They then completed a breakdown of the narrative story elements. After breaking down the sequence of their story, they were able to use their creativity to write an alternate ending. Once they created the alternate ending, students created a digital story of their endings in Scratch. For this project, I collaborated with my fourth grade team teachers and our school's technology teacher. Most of our collaboration was face to face. We also shared information via text and email. During planning along with my fourth grade team, we determined the standards that would be covered, the activities we wanted to complete, and brainstormed ways to implement technology. When brainstorming technology implementation, we decided to collaborate with our technology teacher so that we could get a better idea of the programs our students had been taught to use in his class. After speaking with him, we decided that Scratch would be the best program to fit our project needs. The technology teacher gave us an overview of how to use the Scratch program and some tips when having the students log in. Standard 4.3, Criterion 14. Use collaborative tools to expand students' authentic real-world learning experiences by engaging virtually with experts, teams, and students locally and globally. During our creative computing project, students use collaborative tools to expand students' learning experiences by engaging virtually and in person with peers and experts. In the following pictures, you can see students use their Chromebooks to share documents with me and their peers during each step of the creative learning spiral to give and receive feedback. The students were also able to collaborate with our technology teacher when working in Scratch through his Google Classroom. The last part of our creative computing project consisted of the students creating a digital story in Scratch to represent their story's alternate ending. I encourage students to engage with each other when sharing the link to their Scratch story in Google Classroom. Students could make encouraging comments and ask questions on each other's posts. Students could also volunteer to have their story link posted on our class website for parents and other educators to see. Standard 4.4, Criterion 15. Demonstrate cultural competency when communicating with students, parents, and colleagues and interact with them as co-collaborators in student learning. For this lesson and throughout the school year, I use several avenues of communication for my students and families. In the middle of the screen, I have included a snapshot of my contact page and teacher conference scheduled form that is always available to my parents. I include the QR code for the site on my class newsletter so that parents always have easy access to the link. In addition to being able to schedule a parent conference, I am in frequent communication with the students and families via Remind that allows text and voice calling, Class Dojo we use for our PBIS program, and my school email. Parents and students are each connected to PowerSchool to stay up to date on their grades and upcoming assignments. They're also able to contact me through written notes in their take-home communication folders. For this project specifically, I utilized ClassDojo to share pictures of student progress and to share out links to the families of their child's Scratch stories. Standard 5.2, Criterion 17. Design authentic learning and activities that align with content area standards and use digital tools and resources to maximize active, deep learning. Throughout the lesson, we focused on Georgia's Standards of Excellence and ISTE standards for students. As you can see here, we focus on the empowered learner, knowledge constructor, and computational thinker for the ISTE student standards. For empowered learner, students leverage technology to take an active role in choosing, achieving, and demonstrating competency in their learning goals informed by the learning sciences. In this case, we use technology to seek feedback from our peers and give feedback in multiple different ways. And students were able to practice their fundamental technology skills in operating and their ability to choose and troubleshoot the technologies that they used. For knowledge constructor, students critically curate a variety of resources using digital tools to construct knowledge, produce creative artifacts, and make meaningful learning experiences for themselves and others. For this project, students were able to evaluate the accuracy of the Scratch program and the algorithms that they used. They were also able to relate with their peers for the information and the media that they chose to use on their stories. Our final ISTE student standard is the computational thinker standard. Throughout this project, students utilize their computational thinking skills by using algorithmic thinking to find solutions in creating an alternate ending to their story. Students collect data by taking notes on peer feedback of their story endings and the digital stories in Scratch. Students facilitated problem solving and used algorithmic thinking to test solutions when working with their peers to fine tune their writing and digital stories in Scratch. For our Georgia Standards of Excellence, this project focused on 3 writing standards. Standard number 3, students were to write narratives to develop real or imagined experiences or events, and they did this by writing an alternate ending to their stories. Writing standard 4, produce clear and coherent writing, which the development and organization are appropriate. Writing standard 5, with guidance and support from peers and adults, the students can develop and strengthen writing as needed. And we did this by collaborating with our peers and me collaborating with them as well when they needed assistance. And then writing standard 10, to write routinely over extended time frames of shorter times and longer times. Here you can see how the standards are connected to the activities in this project. The ISTE Student Standard 1.5 presented here focuses on computational thinking. It states students develop and employ strategies for understanding and solving problems in ways that leverage the power of technological methods to develop and test solutions. The picture below shows the students using computational thinking to explore the Scratch program using the creative learning spiral. They were able to imagine, create, play, share, and reflect while developing and testing their algorithms to find the best solution to depict their digital story in Scratch that reflected the new ending they had written. The next standard shown is 4th grade writing standard 5. It states, with guidance and support from peers and adults, develop and strengthen writing as needed by planning, revising, and editing. The picture below shows the students sharing the story they chose, then sharing their rewritten endings and giving each other feedback as to how they can improve their writing.